Yes, SSEMUJJU NGANDA has yet again come out to sound a warning to the criminal regime of the NRA. He went on hard on General Kaguta Museveni and his son MUSEVENI saying that Uganda can no longer hold. And he is right. SSEMUJJU NGANDA said these statements. I want you to listen very carefully because they are going to form a basis for a discussion. Here is the tape.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I greet all of you in the name of the Almighty God. When a man appoints his son the head of the country's military, appoints his brother in charge of wealth distribution, appoints his son-in-law in charge of the country's export, and above all appoints his wife, his sick wife, Minister for Education, you do not need a PhD holder in history to tell you that you have been turned into slaves. That's what happens. You are no longer citizens. You no longer have a relationship with citizens and their leaders. You are slaves. That's how it's...
So, first of all, I want to tell you Ugandans, one of the signs that shows an authoritarian or a dictatorship is involving a lot of family members within the administration of a country. Because that brings up poor administration. It's very hard to call on your son when he makes a mistake, especially in public matters. Go around the country, every regime that has made the leadership of a country a family affair, it has turned to being rogue. It's the reasons to why, even when MUHOOZI posts about basement, even when MUHOOZI does commentary about politics, he's the only general who can do that because he's a son of the president. I can say without no doubt there is no general who can come out and do a quarter of the things MUHOOZI is doing. But because of being the son of the president, that's what happens. Let's continue with the Honorable SSEMUJJU NGANDA.
That all of us, slaves can be tortured for the pleasure of their masters. Their screams and agony and pain becomes music and entertainment to the masters. That's what videos and images of Dr. Kizza Besigye collapsing in the courts of law, fighting for his legal right constitution for representation means to me. This Besigye provided medical care to Mr. Museveni when he was executing a liberation war in the Rural jungles 1981-1986. And he continued providing that care even when they took power. Besigye's immediate human need when he collapsed was medical response, and there were people in that court provided. My party, the People's Front for Freedom, is blessed to have two of its deputy presidents as medical doctors.
So,
Dr. Nicholas Kamara, Dr.
First of all, people are so forgetful. Dr. Besigye was in the NRA bush that brought this government to power. He was a personal doctor to General Kaguta Museveni. Because I keep on telling people that even when there is a political difference, an element of being human must remain. Kizza Besigye is slowly but surely dying. And is going to die in a very bad manner. Because someone wants to control a transition, someone doesn't want a divergent view. A person who has the base of this government in power is the same person who is suffering. And the CDF is acting as a catalyst on this. He has ever come out to say that he's going to hang Dr. Kizza Besigye. The CDF was, I think 6 years when this government came into power. It is the truth. When the Bush was going on. And he doesn't remember the sweats of the comrades who brought this regime to power. That if indeed he remembered, even a slight difference in the belief of politics couldn't result in such a thing. Let's continue with Honorable SSEMUJJU NGANDA.
But there was also a third doctor, Dr. Olive Kousinyi, Dr. Kizza Besigye's sister. All the three wanted to respond, but they were stopped. And Dr. Besigye was left in the hands of medical warders, left in the hands of prison warders, whose skills is in carrying and shooting guns. And I watched in disbelief as they ordered a ramshackled ambulance to come and take him initially to Luzira and finally to Murago. Judge Baguma, in whose hands Dr. Besigye was dying and continues to die, retweeted to his office and I think called his masters to break the good news. And what was that good news? Is that the man that you don't like has collapsed. They must have, the masters of Waguma must have promised him a fat reward for continuing to inflict judicial terror on Dr. Kizza Besigye. On the entertainment menu of our masters, there are images of Sam Mugumya, who at one time was an aide to Dr. Kizza Besigye. I have watched Sam Mugumya in the pain. What
yes, for those who don't know, Sam Mugumya was an aide of Dr. Kizza Besigye. He was seen in a basement, emaciated, going to die. And sometimes I keep on asking those who tell us that we have a rule of law. Last week, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Taiwa, came out to say that how we have a rule of law in Uganda where everyone is brought to court. Rule of law, to show that a country has a rule of law, the only sign that is used must not be bringing people to court, but even the procedure of how they get to court. How can you tell me that a person was abducted, that is Sam Mugumya, when we are heading the 2026 election? Almost 9 months later, is still detained in a non-gazetted place. His family members cannot access him. He looked so weird, as if he was going to die. And someone tells us that we still have a country. The things that are going on right now are very bad, that point towards not having a country in the near future. The things happening right now are the same things that were happening in Sudan, in Iraq, in Syria, in Central African Republic. And those countries are now falling apart because of the mistakes that were being done by the leaders who wanted to retain themselves in power. Let's continue with Honorable SSEMUJJU NGANDA.
His body, as he holds on to crutches, what remains in his emaciated body is just the soul, the energy long gone. And you can see the pain as he moves it around, the struggle. And for the last 1 year since he was abducted in Mbara, I think Sam Mugumya's pain has been entertainment and music to General MUHOOZI Kainerugaba. My brother, the Honorable Elias Nkwa, has been literally crying to these individuals, please, at least afford me the opportunity to go and seek medical care. And what Judge Matov did was to say, no, I need a certificate from Murago to show that Lukwago is very sick. Someone who has been in Murago, Matov wants a certificate from Luzira, as if Luzira prison is a medical facility. That's how far we have sunk as a country. That Lukwago, for the last 45 days, he cannot be afforded an opportunity. I think they want him also to slowly die, because that's what MUHOOZI Kainerugaba said, that he will execute Besigye and Lukwago. What about Mwanga Chivumbi? I met Mwanga Chivumbi in 1995, both of us students in Micho Hall at Makerere, seeking knowledge to better our lives and the lives of people in our country. He has been messed up, abducted. For 19 days, nobody knows where he is. And they later abandoned him at a police facility. Those who had been claiming they don't know where he is. He has a sad story to tell. That's why people have started running away from Uganda. My brother, the Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, is in America. He left his house in Uganda. There are those who have been calling me that SSEMUJJU, with social media is saying you are selling your house. These houses are now meaningless to us. We are fighting for our lives and lives of our comrades who are in prison. Hundreds are in Luzira, in Chitaria. These souls have committed no crime, but the masters extract pain because that's what gives them entertainment. Collectively, I want to urge all of you Ugandans, we need to fight back and reclaim our country. And I want to promise you, I will use all the energy in my body to continue fighting in my smaller way.
That is Honorable SSEMUJJU NGANDA. He spoke about his house. There are some rumors that were going around that he is selling the house. When I was entering politics, I remember Council Kakande, by then we were young people. He told us when you take on a dictatorship, one authoritarian, we expect one, the severe punishment is death. And we've seen very many people, comrades, die. Another punishment should be jail. People are in jail not because they are there, but because fictitious charges are put on them because of political differences. Kizza Besigye, for example, has been in jail for the most times. There is no court that has ever convicted Kizza Besigye. Yet he has been in jail for, if you count the number of years that Kizza Besigye has been in jail, maybe there are 10 years, yet he has never been convicted by court. Another third thing is running into exile. SSEMUJJU NGANDA is in exile. Had he remained here, because they had already joined him on Kizza Besigye's case, would be in where Elias Lukwago is right now. Unfortunately, the leader of opposition, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, is in exile. One of the signs that shows that we have bad politics is when leaders have to run away from the country because of their divergent views. It's when you see opposition leaders filling jails. We must learn from other countries. If you think you have a better option or a better working skill than me, it's the people to decide. Why you take me to jail because I differ with you? So Honorable SSEMUJJU NGANDA's statement call on the rogue regime and the bad manners of the CDF Musikarugaba to reflect. God may have given you a chance for 40 years. It's the same God that can decide to teach you severely, because as he has done so to other previous regimes. So as a country, we must continue praying for our nation. We must continue agitating for constitutionalism. And that we are not going to have a country. Of course, that's my opinion. Remain as truly Mr. Makindi Kabisulaman Magali. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.